What's going on, everybody? You are with the Sportsmen. I'm Keith. This is Corey. This is Danny. We are going to touch on a little bit of Zach Wilson news. So Zach Wilson exited the game last week. He is out 2 to 4 weeks with a sprained PCL. They brought in Joe Flacco for a 6th-round pick, which is conditional. It can turn into a 5th-round pick depending on how much they play. My question for you guys, and it's a Jets fan over here and a non-Jets fan over here. Is this a blessing in disguise, or is this bad for Zach Wilson's development?
I think
I get Corey jumping right in.
I'm going in straight in. Of course, I'm going to go into this. I think this is bad as a whole. Longevity-wise, it could be good, but as of right now, the fact that you've injured your franchise quarterback in his first 6 weeks is horrible. We know how bad that line is and how riddled of injuries that line is right now. That is stupid that you risked that. And you didn't want to pay Joe Flacco to begin with, and now you wasted a draft pick to trade and get him back, and now you still got to pay him the same money that he just signed for, which was what you would have paid him anyway. So the Jets, Joe Douglas, in my opinion, are making bad decisions all around as far as this goes. Obviously, the coaching is one thing as far as who's starting and who's not, but as far as a general manager standpoint, I think Joe Douglas is finally starting to make some errors. The fact that you gave away a pick for a guy you could have easily signed, started, the whole thing, and the blessing in disguise of what you're talking about of now learning under a Super Bowl MVP quarterback, could have all been done since the beginning, and now you're doing it almost halfway into the season. That's terrible. That's normal Jets organizational bad moves, in my opinion.
Danny?
All right, it's two things. Joe Douglas has made another. He's had another poor. This 2020 draft, who panned out? Really, like if we think about it, who panned out? Mekhi Becton.
Yeah.
Because what's it? Mims can't buy time on the field.
Mims can't buy.
So-
Ashton Davis isn't Jamal Adams.
So I'm not giving Joe Douglas a pass. We need to. He needs to do better. All right. So I think it depends how they want to approach this. If you want to bring Sam Donald, if you want to bring Zach Wilson back and have him play,
Joe Flacco? Or Zach, I'm sorry.
No,
Zach Wilson. Sorry.
yeah. If you want to have Zach Wilson come back and play, then I think this is a bad move. Because I think this should have been done before the season started. Because a lot of fans had an issue with the Jets not having another option behind Zach Wilson. And the only option they had is pretty much piggybacking what you said, Corey. Like, the only options they had were very inexperienced. They have a rookie and a first-year quarterback. Or
What's his
second-year
name? Something
quarterback.
White? I don't know his first name.
So the point I'm making, if you wanted to have Joe Flacco, doesn't even have to be Joe Flacco. It could be any veteran that's going to sign for whatever you're willing to pay them. That's where because that's where my problem is with this whole thing. Because Zach Wilson could have been learning from a veteran who's been around the league. Aside from that, I'm not going to blame the Jets for Zach Wilson getting hurt. Obviously, the line's in shambles, but, this is football. People get hurt. It is what it is. Zach Wilson just so happened to get hurt, and it's only a 2 to 4 week injury. It's not like they tore his ACL. So I'd be upset if that happened. But you know what? As a Jets fan, it's very early on. On the bright side, if they keep sucking, as of right now, we have the number 4 overall pick and the number 8 because Seattle sucks. So... whatever. I'm taking the good with the bad. I'm embracing this. Embracing it. Yeah, I can't believe I just said that. But this is a growing team. This is a super young roster. They're going to struggle together and they're going to grow together. And it is what it is. Hopefully most of these guys are there for the ride and don't get pissed off and demand out. But, I want to see Mekhi Becton healthy with Vera Tucker. Get Van Rotten out of here. I can't. It's a major liability at this point. And then let's show me some Zach Wilson. Let me see him score a touchdown in the first half. That's the big issue here. Is they're not coming out swinging. They're responding.
They can't catch the ball. Even when Zach Wilson does make good throws, and I'm going to give Zach Wilson some credit. The fact that these guys are literally palm in face. I'm seeing this a lot in the NFL. I feel bad for Patrick Mahomes. That's happening a lot, in my opinion, where all his interceptions are based off tips, pretty much, because the receivers can't catch. So, it's not even Zach Wilson's whole thing. My whole thing about this as a unit is if you guys are going to go now into the mentality of, all right, we're going to lose, we're going to get these nice draft picks, yada, 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 then why are you giving away a draft pick to get Joe Flacco if you're going to lose anyway? That's a dumb decision. If he's not going to, the plan isn't, is a conditional sixth round.
Conditional six.
Conditional six. But if Zach Wilson's not going to learn from Joe Flacco, this was the dumbest decision in football. I get it, it's only a 6th-round pick, but you're going to lose anyway. Your expectation is to lose with Joe Flacco, and now you're going to give away a pick where you can get a young talent? That's stupid. The Jets are making bad moves, in my opinion.
Okay, so what I'm going to say is that I understand where you're coming from, Corey, but hindsight is 20/20. You know my stance on this shit. I always think that rookie quarterbacks should sit. I don't care who it is, Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson. I stood from the beginning saying that they should sit.
You've always stood by
We
that.
didn't have someone for him to sit by. Yes, they should have kept Joe Flacco. Hindsight is 20/20. There's nothing you can do about him getting hurt. It's not Joe Douglas's fault or Robert Saleh or anyone's fault that he got hurt. It's football. It is what it is. I agree with you. It's not good to have a losing mentality, but I don't think anyone expected the Jets to come out here and compete. I think we all expected them to look better than they look this year because they don't look good. I think that it's still a better. It's a better looking. This is hard to say, but the losses that we're having are better looking in just the short time we've seen with Saleh and Wilson than it was with Gase and Darnold. And my reason for saying that is I think we can all agree is the Jets have if you are going to build an engine, the Jets have the block where they have 2 linemen, 1 quarterback, maybe Elijah Moore will pan out. And Corey Davis is good, and really no one on defense besides Marcus May. Quentin Williams.
We haven't seen Carl Lawson.
We'll see Carl Lawson. I mean, their defense is good, but we don't have a core to build around where we have a block. We don't have anything, so I wasn't expecting the Jets to ever come out and do anything this year. I expected them to look better. I was hoping Zach Wilson would look better. He's making rookie mistakes. It's expected. I'm not going to kill him for it. He's showing small flashes of why we drafted him. He's got the strong arm, everything like that. My thing on the blessing in disguise is, yes, hindsight is 20/20. It cost us a draft pick, which kind of sucks, everything like that. But if Zach Wilson can learn, because it's one thing that we know Zach Wilson is a film nut, but for him, he's a film nut by himself. He needs someone that's been there that can be
explain it to him.
This is why this is a bad decision. This is what you do in this thing. This is when you should be just throwing it away or taking a sack. Because that's what it is I think Zach Wilson gets out there and he's looking for big plays because Zach Wilson he seems more accurate on balls when he's whipping it down the field. I feel like when he's throwing these screens and stuff where, he's not being helped by his receivers or his running backs. They're dropping everything. And that's not to...
When he's rolling out of the pocket, I agree with you.
Yeah.
Which is terrible.
He's a playmaking quarterback. Well, yes and no, because that's when Mahomes makes his best plays. That's when Aaron Rodgers makes his best plays.
I'm saying it's terrible in the fact of you have a rookie quarterback with no protection that's running for his... It's not like he's making these plays and the plays are breaking down. And
No, I understand.
This man has no time to throw the ball.
No, I agree.
And I understand it's because you guys have a lot of injuries on the offensive line part.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I just feel like my whole thing on them not playing was I feel like what pieces we felt strong on in the beginning, I feel like we all still agree we feel pretty strong on them. It's just not coming together. Like I said, and I feel like the drop passes is the easiest out to say that's just such an obvious thing. Again, Zach Wilson wouldn't be rookie of the year quarterback right now if his receivers weren't dropping passes, but it gets his confidence up. It gets their confidence up. It gets the offense moving a little bit. Football could be played 3-4 yards at a time, and you can win every game. You don't need this. Everything needs to be down the field, and that's a maturity thing. I think with Zach Wilson is like you said, he has no time. So when he runs out, he knows he's better on these big plays. So he's looking down the field. He's throwing into coverage that he doesn't see. The coverage in college may be the same. But the dudes don't move the same. The dudes don't read it the same. Where the second you cock back to throw, the safety's running to where you're throwing. Yeah. They know where you're going. They know when that ball is going to be there. And they have the decision of whether they're going for the ball or they're going for the tackle.
Yep.
These are the best players in the world. And Trevor Lawrence is struggling. Zach Wilson's struggling. all these quarterbacks are struggling. But as far as the whole Jets thing, I'm hoping it's a blessing. My thing is, Corey, I agree with you, is if this doesn't work, if there's no mentorship, and Danny, you said this too, if there's no mentorship from Joe Flacco, and Zach Wilson doesn't improve when he comes back from this injury, then it's horrible.
It's a waste.
If Zach Wilson improves and looks like he's reading the offense a little better, if Zach Wilson was, because we talk about Mac Jones also, like, Mac Jones is not lighting it up, but he's playing consistently well. Like, if Zach Wilson was in that system with his talent, I feel like he'd be able to light it up. But again, Bill Belichick might not do it, but Zach Wilson needs like a little bit of guidance. He needs like a little bit of a steer. I feel like Zach Wilson's like a put the team on the back type of guy, but there's no one to pull the reins in and be like, listen, Zach, like, this is what you got. This is how you make better decisions. There's a time to put the team on the back, and there's a time to just take a sack, take a spike, something like that, throw it out of bounds.
You don't want to end up like Carson Wentz.
No. And again, it's someone that you know is talented. Like, we know Zach Wilson's good. We know Sam Darnold's good. Like,
we know Carson Wentz is good.
We know Carson Wentz is good. It's just, how can you perform?
You can't play hero ball. That's my biggest thing.
No, and again, you have to know. Look at a guy like Baker. He's a hero ball player who's been slowly maturing over his career, slowly getting better in general.
I wouldn't call him a hero ball type of quarterback because the reason of that, the way that offense is run, it's run, pass.
They've had 5,000 different offenses though.
I know,
since Baker's been there.
Yeah.
I mean, when Baker came in, that was his play style. He was a hero ball type of player. Yep. But he was good, and that's the whole thing. Zach Wilson was good too. The difference is, Baker was coming from Oklahoma. Zach Wilson came from BYU. So you can hero ball. If you're hero bowling in Oklahoma, you're hero bowling against better competition.
Yeah.
And that's not to say that, like, I don't think Baker Mayfield has better intangibles than Zach Wilson. I think Zach Wilson has a better arm and runs better, but Baker Mayfield makes way better decisions.
Yeah, that's all. But Baker's never been more athletic than any other quarterbacks in his draft class, in my opinion. He's not.
No. Maybe Sam Darnold.
No,
Sam Darnold's an athlete.
Yeah.
He's an athlete, but I feel like Baker's an athlete. He's an athlete. He's not.
You can't be a pro if you're not an athlete.
I'm not saying he's an athlete. But
Tom Brady's not fast.
I'm just saying that's what I'm saying. They're not more athletic. Tom Brady's a GOAT, but he wasn't the most athletic quarterback. And
when we say athlete, like, I know he compared to an NFL player.
It's just athletic ability as a whole. That's the whole thing.
Yeah, but yeah, like I said, it's. I feel like we're all in agreement that it's. We don't know yet if it's a blessing or disguise. It's all on what this does for Zach Wilson.
Yeah, I just wish it was done before the season started. That's what's pissing me off.
You almost wish he hurt himself in preseason. Like,
because then you would have had all your ducks in order. You wouldn't have to waste a pick. You know, you're not to do this experiment, shove it in front of Jets fans' faces. Like, hey, look, we've got somebody.
Yeah,
and he's been here. Like, why do we let him go? If you're gonna bring
that's
him
the whole thing. That's such a heartbreaker, especially as Jets fans. Like, you guys know me also. I've always been a downer on Sam Darnold. Like we talked about it in our Sam Darnold video. Make sure to check it out. The man had no juice. Like, Zach Wilson brings the juice. He brings the sauce. Like, he's got the tood. So he's likable. You don't want to see a guy like that go down. And he went down.
Growing pains.
Yeah, I think we'll end it there. Thank you for watching The Sportsman. Make sure to like and subscribe. Make sure to check out all our other social media down in the link below. And most importantly, check us out on Fridays, 8 p.m. Eastern on Twitch /The Sportsman. Come debate us. Come give us some ideas to talk about. You run our conversation. Let us know about the Zach Wilson thing or any of our other things. The Sam Darnold, the Cardinals that we've talked about recently, the Chiefs that we talked about recently, the Saints that we talked about recently. We've been on fire. We want you to come bring that fire towards us. See what you got. See if you are a true sportsman, if you're better than the sportsman. Bring the heat. We'll see you on Friday. Peace.
Be good.
Enter my energy element. I am an entity walking ahead of the pack. I really am out of my head, and it's evident that I will never be able to ever quit. Melanin